Now is not the time where I'd be gathering it for food or medicine because it's flowered and it's seeding. I want to do that before it flowers, and when that is the shoot starts coming up in late February. Between late February and like late May, when it's probably about yay big, it's cool to harvest. Now prime time, like late March, April. Find a nice patch of nettles. Okay, get your gloves on if you want. Now you can see here how this is opposite leaves and square stems. Every member of the mint family has opposite leaves and square stems, but this isn't a mint. Once again, don't get, there's always an exception. When you're gathering it, when it's like this tall, right, or this tall, you always count down like maybe 1, 2, 3 of these leaf sections, 2 or 3 of them. And when I put my hand up on this, like underneath there, before these flowers are dangling there, you just take it by the stem and wrist snap it like that. It snaps right off, because if you pull it all, you'll rip the plant right out of the ground. It's so shallow rooted, okay? And you can find a patch and keep doing that and keep doing that, and you can get a lot of harvests out of that, okay? What I do is when I'm out there and I gather, a couple of big garbage bags full, sometimes like a big bag of them. It may take me an hour or two to get a big, huge bag. I'll dry a whole bunch of them to use, but then what I'll do with a whole nother bunch of them every time is I make food with it. This is, if I could get one thing out of y'all today that you could get and understand out of what I'm getting with all this, is when people talk about medicinal plants and you always think like you got to have some kind of disease or condition to use them, and herb. I mean, come on, if you waited for that, or if you just made tinctures, herbalism wouldn't be very exciting. Really high in calcium, magnesium, iron, highest source of plant iron, vitamin A, vitamin D, tons of trace, you name it, it's high in it. This is super, it's free, right? And and making an infusion of this every day, and you're all going to drink nettle infusion later, okay? You're going to see what it tastes like. You're going to try that. And you drinking that every day, it's cheap and healthier. You're actually assimilating all the vitamins and minerals because it's food, right? These little pills they give you, I think it goes in one end and goes out the other. You're not even really, digesting the gel cap by the time it gets to the point. I mean, by the time it gets in the small intestines, it has to be down to the molecular level. If the gel cap's not dissolving till it gets to your small intestine, it's at the food level. You're not getting anything from it.
Do you not want to eat it raw, or should it be cooked every time? Or?
You're cooking it when you're using it. Either you're making a tea, which is a fusion, which is a stronger tea. Okay, or you can make steam, when it's like, you just make steamed greens, you can just steam them and put them on your plate and eat them like that. Put a little Parmesan cheese, that can be that simple. Any soup recipe, put it instead of greens. You can make nettle soup, always cooking it. Yeah. You can't eat these raw, yeah, but I mean, it's not that pleasurable, and it kind of tingles your throat after about 1 or 2 of them. She took it and grabbed it from the top.
I didn't grab it very well.
She grabbed it from the top, and then she's folding it in, because the stinging hairs are on the bottom. And she's folding it in on itself, and she's going to crush it a little bit. And for her next trick, she's going to eat it.